about to bring up does perform all over the city as well. Please give it up for Mr. Zachary Mulden.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jewish, but I'm not that Jewish. But anyway, there was this one time when I was sitting in my doctor's office, and I picked up a magazine. I started reading it. So I'm sitting there for maybe 2.5 hours waiting. All of a sudden, I look in the corner and I see the doctor, and he's coming out of the bathroom, and he's holding a magazine in his hand. And so I look at him and I said, "Hey, can you see me now?" And he said, "Now that you've taken off the black cape, I can." But anyway, there was also this other time when I was in my doctor's office, and I went up there. I'm sitting down. The guy sits down in front of me and starts looking at me. He's staring at me. So I said to him, "Hey, what's going on?" Guy gets scared, runs out of the office. Another guy sits down, the same thing happens. I look at him, I said, "What's the matter?" Guy gets scared, runs out of the office. Maybe 45 other guys sit down, looking at me, and I said, "What's the matter with you?" And then all of a sudden I realized I had my tree costume on. I looked like a tree in my doctor's office. But anyway, I'm a bit sick today, so. Okay, we got a tough crowd. Maybe I could use you as sandpaper. 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 But, okay, one second. I'm sorry. I'm sick. I'm sorry. Okay, anyway, there was this other time when I was sitting at home, and all of a sudden I get a phone call. And I'm sitting there and I said, "Wait a second, how is this possible?" And then I'm sitting there and there's no cord. There's no cord there. So all of a sudden I look at it and I said, "Oh, I'm on a cordless phone. There's no cord for the phone to plug into." But anyway, as I was on the phone with my mother. And there was this one time when I was in the room, and I'm sitting on the computer, I'm doing what I have to do on the computer. And all of a sudden my mom comes up to me and says, "You're my son, and you have to leave." I figured she was joking, so I put it off like a joke. Next day she comes in and says the same thing. "You're my son, and you have to leave." So, again, I put it off like a joke. The next day I tried to get into the apartment, and the locks were changed. But anyway, there was this other time when I was seeing my father, and my father said to me, "Okay, I'm going to give you a curfew." And he said to me, "Your curfew's 8 o'clock. So I was out that night with my brother. I'm walking around. I get to the door and I look at my watch and it's 8:01. So I open up the door and my father's standing there. And he beat me. He beat me. But, okay, we got a tough crowd. Maybe I could use you as sandpaper. Sandpaper. But speaking of sand, I was walking in the park one day, and I see these trees. I start remembering this one time when I was a young guy. All of a sudden, I remember I would go over to play paintball over in New Jersey, and I would get there. I'd get out my gear. I'd run out of the bus. We'd all start screaming, laughing. I saw this tree. I jumped behind it. I said to myself, "Oh, I'm gonna get these guys." And then 2 hours later, I realized I didn't have any friends. But anyway, there was this other time when I was sitting back, I was listening to music, and it was just it was a touching moment. So just 1 second, I'll be right.
Is he for real?
Just 1 second. Come on already. Just give me a second. Okay. This is just something that's important. I figured I'm going to be on stage. I get a chance to spread it. Just 1 second.
Oh, David.
Okay, just 1 second. Have I told you lately that I care? You fill my heart with sadness. You take away all my sadness. Ease my troubles. That's what you do.
Oh, yeah.
I don't find it funny that you guys are sitting there, okay? You're all sitting there and laughing at my expense. Well, I have something to tell you, okay? No, I have something to tell you. God exists, okay? And He's up there and He's watching over all of us. So watch what you're doing, okay? Because this isn't a funny subject. Thanks a lot.